All right, we're up. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the program. It's the Felger and Maz All-Fair Show with myself and Big Jim Murray. As always, we're brought to you by the original light beer, Miller Lite. Legendary stories and the All-Fair Show start with the light. Here's the 50 years of Miller time. Murray, anything more on Ozzy Osbourne?
Well, I have notes. I'll get to Ozzy in a moment.
Love
But
it.
first start with this because it was honestly the fifth or sixth time I've seen this in the last couple of weeks. It made me happy to see the return of lemonade stands manned by the children. I thought the kids, the phones, iPads, never get out of the house. Kids with their lemonade stands, adorable. I always try to stop, but the lesson out there in seeing these lemonade stands, who the hell has cash in 2025? I never have cash. Most people, do you have cash on you usually?
I do.
Well, that's you, of course. Prepared, above us, higher level, all of that.
No, I just don't pay for every fucking thing with my phone and whatever.
You're a Luddite.
I don't have Venmo. Fucking, I don't do that shit. I have cash.
Kyle, he's a Luddite, right? Like afraid of technology. And I get some of it, but who do you have cash? Young Kyle with the good hair, but most people don't have cash. Everyone usually pays by Venmo, tapping the phone. Here's the lesson for the parents. Those of you that are putting your adorable children out with the lemonade stands, I want to stop. I don't even want a lemonade. I want to just pay the children for their entrepreneurial spirit and doing shit that you used to do when you were kids. Give them your phone, put up the QR code, give them your Venmo. Because I've stopped a few times and I've said to them, I'm like, hey, you take Venmo? And these kids are like, huh? No, just cash. And I'm like talking to the children and look like an old creep. I'm like, sorry, guys, and I got to go. And now I'm an asshole because I can't buy a lemonade because I want to give them money, but they're only taking cash. The lesson is either have a parent with them. Maybe you're in the house, come outside, stand with your children, have your phone ready to take the Venmo, or just give them your phone and put up the QR code or put the QR code on a sign so I can buy these goddamn lemonades.
I despise lemonade stands. They
come on,
bug the shit out of me.
Oh, come on!
I will tell you,
it's like the cutest thing kids can do.
I will tell you,
make a couple of bucks.
As a parent, it was by far my least favorite thing to do with them. Go to the playground, go to the circus, dance recitals, sports practices, name it. Name anything you have to do as a fucking parent. The lemonade stand. Easily my least favorite.
Oh, really?
I can't stand it. Make the sign. I want to make the lemonade. And we got to sit around.
It's water in a bag
all
of sand.
Day
Stir.
And then talk to people and chit-chat people. No, I can't stand lemonade stands. And then as a consumer, it's like, oh, now I got to stop and buy your fucking lemonade? Like, I'm just going to where I want to go to. And if you go buy the lemonade stand, you're the asshole. Right? It's like, because who doesn't stop for a lemonade and give the kid a couple bucks? And now there's like this pressure that I have to stop for the fucking lemonade stand. And I'm just trying to get to where I'm trying to get to. And I don't want to deal with your lemonade stand. And when my daughters wanted to do it, it's like, oh my God, Sarah, you're doing this. I'm not doing this one. I'm out. I can't stand the lemonade stand.
I brought this up just because, again, I think they're cute and it's nice to see kids doing things I used to see in the 80s. And it's so perfect. You hate lemonade stands.
I hate them. Hate lemonade stands on both sides of it.
All right, 2. You asked about Ozzy. Ozzy tributes by other bands. If it is not in your range, don't do it.
Meaning if you can't get up there?
Well, no. So here's the thing. So, I'm bummed Ozzy died. I know no one should be surprised. 76, lived a hard life. Has had all these health maladies. But, he was just up and about a couple of weeks ago playing that big show. It's like, oh, Ozzy's back. And probably that wife of his is going to have him playing like 10 or 20 shows, even though he said this is going to be the last one. So it was a bit of a surprise and a bummer. So it had me going down like an Ozzy rabbit hole last night before I go to bed, kind of doom scrolling Twitter. A friend of mine said, did you see the cover of Changes, which is the song that we first bumped back with when we made the announcement yesterday? It's a Black Sabbath song from 1972. It's one of my favorites. Do you see the cover of Changes done by this dude, Youngblood? He's a very androgynous-looking Mick Jagger-type singer, amazing voice from England, covering that at that big Black Sabbath event a couple of weeks ago. I was like, no. So I scrolled and looked for Ozzy Changes cover. And I did eventually find that Youngblood cover, and it's incredible. But what I also found was Coldplay doing a version of Changes last night at their show, at their tour. And I like Coldplay. I've seen them a handful of times. But it was like, within a few notes, I was like, Chris Martin, no. Like, just say, hey, we lost a legend today. Shout out to Ozzy Osbourne.
Some bands are not meant to play.
But the worst of them all, Mike, and I hate this band anyway. Dave Matthews last night.
Oh, I can't stand Dave Matthews.
Up at Guilford.
And I try not to be a music snob. I try not to hate on music. but I can't fucking stand Dave
And
Matthews.
just the look of him too, the way he sings, and with his guitar, and I hate how he holds his guitar up here.
Yeah.
And going through years. And I just sat there. I was like, no, just say we lost a legend. So I don't like the band Ghost, but Ghost is like this corny ass metal band that's a little too soft for me. They played Madison Square Garden last night. That guy gets on mic and was like, hey, we're dedicating our show. And this is like a metal band. They could do it. We just said, hey, we're dedicating our show tonight to like the Prince of Darkness, Ozzy. Crowd goes nuts. That's all you got to do. No. Oh, and he didn't even have, like, I know that there's phenomenal musicians in Dave Matthews Band, Carter Buford, others. It's just, for this one, it's just him and his stupid acoustic guitar that's hiked up too high. Going changes. Look it up. It's one of the most cringeworthy music things I've seen in ages. Oh, stop it. Just with these tributes, because they're going to continue. Just shout the man out. Don't play his songs if they're not in your range. Awful. Next. I mentioned this earlier in the week, if we were going to be thin on Monday. Off last week. Also kind of detoxed from sports because I usually do try to take the All-Star Game week off because I don't care about the All-Star Game. I did tune in at one point, and I heard you guys having to talk about the WNBA. I was like, I've made the right decision. But later in the week, starting to fiend for sports a little bit. I'm at my buddy's house in Winnipesaukee, flipping around. He stops on Summer League. I'm like, I'm basketballed out. I'm not watching the Summer League. Find something else. And flipping around. It's Thursday night. In the CFL, the Canadian Football League, is like already 6 weeks into their season. I was like, all right, let's football. And they're branding it as Thursday night football. And I immediately text Alex Barth, who is our resident football sick fuck. And I send him a screen cap of it saying, like, TSN, Thursday night football. It's Toronto, the Toronto Argonauts, and Montreal Alouettes. And I say to Barth, who I don't text with much, but have a good, like, working rapport with him. I'm like, Barth, you sick bastard. If you're looking for Thursday night football, do know what's out there. In 10 seconds, he sends me a screen cap back of the same game. And he's like, this game's great, too. Like, don't bet on Toronto. I'm like, of course you know who this is. And this player went to Ithaca. But the point I'm bringing this up for is not about the Barth text. It is that I saw something that could be in the future of the NFL at the end of this game that if it does happen, it's going to put me in an early grave. Montreal was home. They're getting their asses kicked by Toronto. They have this furious comeback. They come back 19 points. They're up 26-25. The finish of this game, the last 10 minutes of the fourth quarter, wild. It's genuinely entertaining. So Toronto has an opportunity to get in field goal range, or whatever the hell that they do. Kick a bottle of maple to go through the
No, but they have a thing where there's a 1 point thing. There's like a rouge or something. Go ahead.
But Toronto's only down 1 point, and there's like 30 seconds left in the game. And they chuck up essentially a Hail Mary that's intercepted. And now I'm into it, and I was like drunk. And there, my buddy took a video of me being like, fucking Alouettes, like, let's go. And then they're like, well, there's a flag on the play. Well, let's see what this is all about. And I'm like, wait, what? They're challenging roughing the passer. And it wasn't from the CFL or, maybe they call into Ottawa. Like the league didn't make the call. This dickhead coach of Toronto says like, well, that's a little too high. I'm throwing a flag. Let's look at it. And this fucking game was so exciting. And of course it's gummed up by this. And I legitimately, and then my buddy took like a minute of a video of me just like, motherfucker, what the fuck? And now I'm texting with Barth. I'm like, what's this bullshit? Does this happen in this league? And he's like, oh, and it's probably coming to the NFL. And in the NFL.
Well, replay on roughing the passer.
This will be.
Well, they did it once, didn't they?
No.
Oh, no.
No, they've talked about it.
Yeah.
And look, and I want these corrupt or inept refs looked at. And I'm for a little bit more, in terms of the league looking at stuff. But not this. Because the guy never launched. It's a clean hit. There's no helmet to helmet. But they took like 8 minutes to look at this thing. It's like, this game's over. And these people at Montreal just got to watch this furious comeback. It's wild. And now we're looking at this? No. And it's going to come to the NFL. And when it does, I'm telling you, it's going to make you this mad. I shouldn't have these kind of feelings about a CFL game that I have no real interest in anyway. I was just starved for a little football and sports. But that ending, I'm telling you right now, if we end up getting
it's coming
the challenges to roughing the passer, it's going to make me even more nuts and put me in an early grave.
It's coming.
Next. Are you following this Brian Kohlberger thing in Idaho? This is the guy that killed those 4 kids in Idaho.
I wish I were, but I'm not. I know vaguely what you're talking about.
So this I also got caught up with.
So it just refreshed my memory. It was the college kids.
Yeah.
And they all got murdered in their apartment.
Correct.
And it took them a while to find the guy, right?
Yes. And they found him from DNA. And there's a great like 4-part documentary on Amazon called One Night in Idaho, the college murders. It's fascinating.
Okay. What's it called?
One Night in Idaho, the college murders
Amazon?
on Amazon. It's excellent. It's infuriating too, and you feel so bad for these poor people that lost
Why
these
is it
kids.
infuriating?
Just because this dude is just like a sexless incel dickhead who always had problems with women. And I mean, that part's easy to pretty much deduce, just from the reporting on the story. He already admitted guilt to these murders, so he's really not going to say any words. Today was his sentencing. He just said, I respectfully declined to say anything. He said like 5 words. That's it. But these poor families don't really get like him to be on the stand and talk about like how he stalked these girls. And there was one, I think, particular girl that he had an obsession with, just based it on, I'm going with my gut here, and why he did this. And he traveled over from Pullman. He was a student at Washington State and then traveled like the 8 miles to go over to Idaho. He had clearly been watching these girls and he knew that house. He had stalked this house, and he's just a gigantic piece of shit. But a couple of reasons I bring it up. One, if you haven't seen some of the lines said by, the mother who lost, the single mom who lost the girl who I think was the main girl that was targeted by this Brian Koberger piece of shit. She, like, one of the lines, the money line was, you may have received A's in high school and college, but you're going to be getting big D's in prison.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Mike, it was the best. She just stands there and just talks about how you're going to get completely raped in prison.
She said this in court?
Oh, in court. It's amazing. It's like, you look at whatever little payback you can possibly get. She got it today, which was like, so it's like, you're like, yeah, oh, it's so good. And he just sits there stone face. But you feel so bad for these people. But the main reason I'm bringing it up goes back to something I said when I was talking about the fireworks people before I went on one of the long vacation, because I want the Jim Murray version of The Biggest Loser, where it's not about people losing weight, it's the biggest losers. And we get to vote on who the biggest losers in society
Loud
are.
motorcycle guy.
Loud motorcycle guy, fireworks guy.
Backyard fireworks guy.
Traffic stopping protester. These people.
The trap. Go ahead.
Bicycle lobbyists. But here's who I want to add to this, because this is one of the reasons I think you should watch this documentary.
Bicycle lobbyists.
And it also kind of has to do with the Karen Reed thing too. And what made me crazy about that is I got unfortunately involved with that story. I figured out who I think might be the biggest loser in society, and that is the online sleuth. The people that from afar, thousands of miles away, you internet obsessed freaks that need to get hobbies, that are like, oh, I've figured it out. I've broken the case, living in your mom's basement. No, you didn't. And so many people made these other students, friends of these 4 murdered kids, like suspects, and doxed them and like helped to kind of ruin their lives and like stain their reputations.
And they had nothing to do with it.
Nothing to do with it. These online sleuths might be the biggest losers. This is why we need Jim Murray's version of The Biggest Loser. Let's pit them against each other. Fireworks guy, loud motorcycle guy, traffic stopping protester, and the online sleuth. Oh, I hate online sleuths. And so much of this documentary is about these fucking creeps who helped to try to kind of ruin these families' lives and these friends of these poor kids who lost their friends, who got murdered and butchered in their own homes. Oh, you online sleuths. Oh, I figured it out. Drinking your wine online all night, Reddit threads. You're the worst. The biggest losers are online sleuths.
Love it. Can I just give a word? This has occurred to me about the protesters and the stopping traffic people. The anti-Trump ones that makes me legitimately angry. Because I think there is a place for protest and even blocking traffic. Like, for example, on things that you can't control or don't have a vote on. Okay, you've got to express it some way and try and affect change in some way. Okay, so war. In the civil rights movement.
Sure.
Right? You couldn't, there was no vote that was going to get you equal rights. There was no vote that's going to end the war or, things of that nature. Okay? Protesting a politician who won an election is about the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard, especially the people, the anti-Trumpers. It's like, hey, dumbass, why don't you get more people out to vote for your side next time? The protest, the march down the street should have come
in October,
last November.
Yeah.
Like, you have a chance to affect change, man. Get people to vote for your guy. Don't stop traffic because you lost the ball game. That to me is like the top 3 dumbest thing. And if I can just go one half step further, Mr. Anti-Trump person or anti-Trump gal, next time, don't stand for such stupid shit that turns off half the country. And we all know what I'm talking about. Don't die on the hill of all these platforms and all these stances that not half, about 3/4 of the country flatly reject. So instead of blocking traffic, be smarter about the things that you stand for and run on and win an election. Okay? Like, that's the one. If it's a war or a civil rights issue or a thing that you can't vote on and it's in the courts or whatever, like, that's kind of different.
Yeah. Because I have a buddy that always is like, so
flat
if you're
out protesting who won the election is fucking stupid.
Like, would you have been against like everyone in Selma? Like, no. It's just at this point, it feels like from what I see with a lot of these protests, it's kind of corny and contrived, and it doesn't have the same meaning of those ones in the past that were more important. Like, so this what you're talking about
win an election
was in my town, and it has been like every occasional Saturday, and it was this past Saturday. My wife and I are just trying to run up the street to buy a bottle of wine and get some steak tips, and it's like, oh, this again, and you're like,
oh my God.
And you know you got 3 more years of it, so what are you gonna do? Like,
here's idea: drop the whole thing about fucking bathrooms and who's in what bathroom, and win an election. And why don't you just try that? Why don't you just start with that? Start with all the dumb things that 3/4 of the country is not going to support you on. Okay, and win an election, and then you don't have to block the street. But blocking the street is not going to win you an election. Blocking the street is going to get more people to not vote for your stupid shit.
Oh, yeah, preach.
And I'm on that side of it. I'm on your side. I didn't vote for Trump, but you win some, you lose some. You get them in 4 years. You don't block everybody's fucking path to and from work because you lost an election, you dumbass.
I said to my
win
wife,
in 4 years.
I said to Jasmine, too, I go, just from a observational aesthetic, I go, what's the common thread here? And she goes, they all kind of look like your dad. And I go, thank you, because my dad, if he could have been mobile enough before he passed, like, definitely would be part of all of this. Oh my God, he hated the man so much. Put signs in his cul-de-sac up in North Conway that like no one was going to see but his neighbors. But boy, he had thoughts. Oh man. But it just seems to be that too. It's like old ass boomers. Like maybe it's something for them to do.
Oh my God.
I don't know. Go bowling. Like.
Organize the voters.
Right. Again, do it in October.
Because you can affect, you're not powerless. Win an election. Don't stand for such stupid shit. Pretty simple. So if we have the biggest loser, loud motorcycle guy, backyard fireworks guy, protester who protests because he lost the election. I'm going to make a distinction there. Protesting like legitimate civil rights issues and things like this where you don't really have a vote is a different deal.
Online sleuths. Bicycle lane lobbyists or like the hardcore bicycle lane people. It's a bit much. Those people, I'd put them in the biggest loser. They'll get votes.
I feel about the bicycle lanes.
Oh, you're for them, right?
You live in the city. I do live in the city now, and I do see. The more I'm in the city, the more I see. Oh, this kind of sucks. Except.
Trying to get down Boylston Street now is like my own personal trip to Afghanistan. Like it's like and they're just so we want to it's the carless society, man, guys. Like if you're trying to be healthy, like fine. Like cities, I get it. Public transportation, be on your bikes, fine. City bikes, it's actually a great idea. I've used them before. It's the banning car people, like they're real hard. Those biggest losers. Put them on that show too.
I'm just saying, we need fewer cars. So you got to try shit. That's sort of how I look at that. I'm okay with it, even though it's inconvenienced me greatly. Or, it's starting to inconvenience me. I get it. I think if you can get more bike, like the city bike, the biking is the way to go. And now I know when it's 18 degrees out and sleeting sideways, that's not exactly what you're doing. But I take out the bike lane, but the bike lane guy.
Yeah.
Okay, listen. I can envision the bike lane guy, man.
Yeah. Oh, the
standing up at the town hall meeting.
Yeah, the
talking
Spandex
about the
Mafia.
Okay.
As Mike and Wilbur likes to call them.
Fuck off.
Yeah, they would deserve to be on Big Jim's Biggest Loser.
Who else?
Kyle, you got anyone that should go on the show? busybody moms, like the nosy, like head of HOAs, things like that. Yeah. Now, thankfully, I'm going to get good HOA, but I know heads of HOA that like run it like they're Stalin.
So it's like you got to have it. They're valuable to have, but the people who are on it tend to be oof.
Yeah. You're not supposed to have your garage open and running your car. It's like it's an old car and just needed to idle a little while. Like that's something that's happened to a buddy of mine. And it's like, really, you deal with this? Slow drivers in the fast
slow
lane.
drivers, period.
Yes.
I mean, speakerphone in public guy? Oh, the guy that talks on his phone?
Yeah. Speakerphone. So can we?
Yeah.
Because
Speakerphone.
not to speak ill of the dead, because my dad was one of these guys, and toward the end, like I give the elderly a pass on this.
Your dad was one of these.
Oh,
guys?
big time. Dad, where are you? I'm in Market Basket. I'm like, oh, geez, can you take me off? Can you take me off speaker, Dad?
So good.
So I'll give the elderly a pass, but if you're younger than say 65 and you're still like loud speakerphone guy, yeah, I'm with Kyle. They could be a contestant on Big Jim's Biggest Loser.
Shoes off an airplane guy?
Well,
if your feet don't stink.
What if it sucks? Because I tend to take my shoes off on an airplane if I'm just wearing socks. I'd never go bare feet, but I take my shoes off if I'm wearing socks.
If your feet don't smell and you keep your socks on, I think it's fine.
I don't want to see anyone's bare feet.
Cars with backfiring exhausts. Yes. Any loud car. That's loud motorcycle
that's
guy.
Under the umbrella of motorcycle
like
guy.
The guy with the loud car, the loud exhaust?
Yeah.
Listen, dude.
Guy that owns a Subaru WRX that's tricked it out like you think in the Fast and the Furious. You're on The Biggest Loser.
You have a small penis. It's okay. It's how God made you. Don't take it out on us. It's not our fault you have a small penis. We don't have to hear your car. Non-recycler guy.
No, I have to now.
You do?
I've told you this. Yeah.
No, you haven't.
Yeah, no, I have
two big bags? 3?
Yeah, no, it's one big bucket. Like I have like a big I have a bucket that's basically a little taller than me that I put all of it in. So the cardboard, because we just, even though it's just the two of us, like I don't know, we consume a lot. There's Amazon packages every day from that wife of mine. Jesus Christ! And the cardboard, you can't throw it all away, so it just all goes in the one big bucket and it goes out now. So
and how much time out of your day does it take?
2 seconds. And in fact,
thank you.
And actually, so I'm not. My thing against it for years was, and I still won't do this. Like these will still go. Like I have, there's a yogurt I like that comes foolishly, just put it in plastic, but it comes in like a little glass container. I'm not cleaning that. Like that goes in the trash, get lost. But breaking down cardboard, that could be kind of cathartic, especially with like a big Rambo knife. Break it down, throw it in. I don't mind it. It's mindless labor.
Guy buying lottery tickets at 6 a.m. So I think the lottery guy at the convenience counter is on my list.
I mean, come on. Like, who's not bought?
Why does it take so fucking long?
They're not making the show.
Why does it take so long? How come someone buying a pack of gum takes 2 seconds, but the guy with I'll have the 6 and the 4 and the Joker go wild and this guy, it takes so long. Why is there always like sort of negotiating or something? Why does it take so long?
Because you might have to ask the woman or gentleman working behind the counter, like what's hit lately?
Oh,
what's
God.
A hot ticket?
Nope.
Has that one hit?
On the show.
Is that a new book?
On the show. So
what number is that?
Some things that we do are on the show. You're on the show. Because you're a scratch ticket guy, aren't you?
I'm hosting the show.
That's the scratch ticket guy that we have to wait behind in the convenience store. You fucking loser. You're not going to win.
You might, though. That's the thing. You might. It's a couple of bucks and a hope.
Guy that puts his trash out the afternoon before guy. It's just, so now there's a whole bucket of just
these are just minor annoyances.
Minor discourteous, people being discourteous.
So I don't do that, but what's like the big problem with that? Maybe if it's a hot day.
Because the whole deal is
vermin around?
Well, no, it's just
unsightly.
Yes. Yeah, you don't look at your neighbor's trash.
Yeah.
So that's why you put it out in the morning. But you can't be bothered to do it in the morning like everybody else. You're special.
I put it out late at night.
So, I mean, that's, I guess, different. I don't know. But, the guy that just puts it out early before you're supposed to because he can't be bothered.
Yeah. Yeah, we said we could get a fair amount, but those are minor inconveniences. We're talking real losers. I'm telling you, watch that documentary and these online sleuths. I figured it out from my bedroom. Someone should look at this friend. Just a poor, innocuous friend of the friends who might be a little bit lonely and doesn't seem like he would have a girlfriend. So, like, you automatically think he's the one that killed these girls. Oh, these sleuths are the worst.
Let's see.
What else do the people might have?
Turd cutter guy? I don't get what that means.
Turd cutter guy. So, gentleman with a nice ass. Like a.
I don't understand that. I didn't hear that expression until we did the remote at Dick's last week, and we had a caller that said, Felger, you had someone behind you, a turd cutter. I don't know what that means, sir. And
now, was that the Dick's on Boylston?
And then Maz goes, "There's a nice ass."
Was that the Dick's on Boylston, or was there now one
Dick's
down
on
by
Boylston? You bet.
Okay.
Yep. People who get up on planes and rush to the front. I'm sort of iffy on that. Like,
people get too mad about that too. That doesn't bother me.
It's like,
and I don't really even do it, but like,
if you're late getting out of your seat because you're just fucking slow, and someone takes the space in front of you, I'm all for taking the space in front of you. And the plane stops.
I also understand.
Get up and you're ready to go, and you're still dicking around with the thing underneath the bag. Sorry.
I understand the antsiness of the fellow flyer. If you feel like, get me off of this thing, and you do get out of your seat once we've landed, like, I got no problem with that, because I too am an antsy flyer. Just happy we've made it.
People who don't pick up after their dogs, losers.
Oh yeah, they go on Biggest Loser.
Losers.
Yeah, they definitely get to go on the Biggest Loser, especially when there's like a nice lake near where I live, where I walk, like. And they even leave the bags out. They have little stations where you can pull the bag and clean. Like, come on. In a place like that where people are jogging, working out, walking, like, it's bad enough if it's on your neighbor's lawn, but in a public place like that people are usually using it on a daily basis, like, pick up after your dog. Loser.
Okay. Murray, what else do you got this summer? What do you got coming up?
Not much. I've mostly exhausted the vacation. I've pretty much successfully, I think, completed my Mike Francesa-esque type thing of trying to not be here in July. And now I'm refreshed and back, and football starting.
You say you've exhausted all your vacation days for the year?
No.
Just your summer allotment.
Yeah, the summer allotment.
Yes.
Yeah, I needed to take a good chunk. I'm refreshed. You got the remote coming up, Nantucket.
Yes.
In fact, our mutual friend, Dana, the pilot, was inquiring today. He's like, oh, I might fly in. And,
nice. And
then he looked at the hotel room prices, and he's like, wait a minute, is this real? Like, oh, yeah, no, that's the Nantucket prices. So now I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I think once August gets here anyway, I'm kind of summered out.
August, it's the summer ends July
August
4th.
10th. Yeah. Well, that's too early. But once we get to that first week or so August, I'm like, it's time for hoodies. It's time for football and chili on a Sunday. Like, that's what I'm into.
Okay, well, that's
you got anything else left?
Nope.
Shows?
Just
You're not doing Oasis?
Not, it's in like a week, isn't it? Well, the one I was looking at in Toronto is in a week.
And I thought it was the end of August or something, one of them.
Well, they're starting in Toronto in August. I know the exact fucking set list, which bothers me. And they play it every night. Coldplay's been on tour for like 2 years. You know this? They've been like 200 shows, and it's the same fucking thing every goddamn night.
Well, I gave you changes last night, a butchered version of it.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. If it's a Oasis or anything like that, it'll be a last minute kind of thing. Otherwise, just down to the bucket, which we are heading to soon. Otherwise, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Kyle with the good hair, are you here next week?
I'm going to go with yes. I'm going to go with yes, yeah.
We're all going to go with we'll see you next Wednesday, and if that changes, it changes. Bye.
Bye.